You are at a time right now in your life where you're learning to trust, where you're breaking down belief systems that may have been ingrained in you from the entirety of your life. Maybe since you've learned like all these negative things about yourself. Spirit is telling me that there's a lot of you in this collective that have been raised in childhood by the things that you're not supposed to be. You've learned and you've seen so many different things about breaking generational trauma, and you've seen addiction, and you've seen suicidal tendencies, and you've seen so many different negative things like domestic violence. I'm saying you've been hurt a lot of times, and instead of deciding to stay into the cycle and stay stuck into the cycle that your parents and their parents' parents and their parents' parents have encountered in their lives, that you're choosing to break out of that cycle, and you are no longer forced. Force is a great word that Spirit, thank you, Spirit. Forced to be put in where you felt like at one point you had no choice. I have no choice but to have these belief systems. I have no choice but to do this thing, because you felt so much pressure and you were so manipulated as a child that like you didn't know what you really wanted to be. You didn't really know who you are. You weren't able to be open to anything in the past because you constantly felt like you had that judge in your head talking to you, or your parents talking to you. And this might have been internally, but I also feel like people always doubted you. And the people that were supposed to love you the most, even, is what I'm hearing. Thank you, Spirit. The people that were supposed to protect you did not protect you. And because of this, you've transmuted energy. You've created so much pain. You've created so much desire and passion and love from this transmuted pain that you've experienced as a child. And now you're truly starting to express and see like the light that you are, and truly understanding who you are as a person and what you can do for the world, and not only for the world, for yourself. Thank you, Spirit. I'm seeing 3 of Cups. I'm also seeing Queen of Cups. Thank you, Spirit. And I'm also seeing the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh. So there's a lot of, I want to say there's a lot of feminine energy in this card. And I feel like there's a lot of communication right now where the people in your life is starting to be in alignment. And maybe in the past, and maybe recently even, you've had issues with different people, or people who you felt like were supposed to be in alignment with you and were supposed to be in this life with you, may have surprised you with their, I guess, lack of support and their lack of understanding you and who you're going to be. And I feel like they've preyed on your downfall in secret, and I think that's why they're being separated from you in this time. I also feel like you don't give a fuck. You don't care. You're standing on your own. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands to me just represents a different level of vulnerability and authenticity, where you just trust. You trust who you are. You know who you are, and there's no stopping it. Spirit is saying to me, I don't have to be anybody else. I'm super in love with myself. Like, you're in love with yourself to the point where you don't have to compare yourself to other people anymore. You don't have to compare your journey to other people anymore. And you may not have everything that you want right now, but I'm telling you, it's coming, because you're in that energy of, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. What else, Spirit? What else do you have for this collective? Ace of Pentacles. So I feel like because you're stepping into your authenticity and you're wanting to work with other people, and you're also in this emotional alignment, like the Queen of Cups to me really represents like an emotional alignment, a trust, and you're really stepping into your intuition is what I'm hearing from Spirit. You're really stepping into your intuition. So you're not only just trusting yourself, you're trusting your ego, you're trusting your higher self, you're trusting your intuition. And I know it's crazy to hear, trusting my ego. What does that mean? It's like you're no longer seeing your ego as this thing you need to shove down, or like you're no longer seeing your shadows as this thing that you need to step away from and separate yourself from, because you realize that all of this beautiful energy is not only coming from I guess the possibilities and the greatness and your higher self and God and all of these things. It also comes from your darkness. You're turning your darkness or your transmutation, like you're no longer feel like you need to hide it anymore. And when you accept who you are in your darkness, in your shadow self, in your ego, and you recognize it and you just allow yourself to truly be who you are, Ace of Pentacles. You're stepping into a moment where your external reality is about to change, babe. It's about to change. And I'm seeing birds. I don't know why birds are significant, but birds are significant right now. Thank you, Spirit. That might be for somebody out there. But like, what is this Ace of Pentacles trying to tell this collective, Spirit? Ace of Wands. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ace of Wands. What else, Spirit? What else do you got for me? Okay, so Ace of Wands was the first card that was pulled. To me, this is a representation, like Spirit's telling me, this is from an idea. This is from a skill. This is from something from childhood that you knew you wanted to do, that you were passionate about, that you were open about. And I feel like it's realigning with you in this time. And you're starting to connect and understand that your passions, like the things you were so passionate about, the things that you absolutely love, excuse my oven, that's a sign too, okay? The things that you're passionate about, exactly. This is confirmation right here, coming from my oven too, that the things you are passionate about are in connection and in alignment with the path that you will take in order to become successful. So don't take those things lightly, and don't allow that ego and that self-doubt to stop you from getting to that journey. And I think that journey's ending now. I feel like you've been in a time where you really felt like you weren't sure, and you always felt like things were going to be hard. Everything's hard. I can't get out of this cycle. I can't break this cycle. And now you're at a point where you're trusting and you're knowing. And you might even be starting to feel a shift internally. Like, every day doesn't necessarily feel as maybe as negative. And even though your circumstances may not have changed, they may have changed already, but they may not have changed now. But like, you're in the feeling of it. Like, you know it's coming. You don't have to question it anymore. You're just allowing yourself to be here and to be grateful to be here. And to me, you're moving on to calmer shores. You're walking away from so many people, so many environments, so much trauma, so much parental, like, I'm hearing like narcissist, I'm hearing like abuse, I'm hearing mental abuse, I'm hearing you were maybe have even abused yourself in the past, where you are walking away from this. You're no longer allowing this cycle to have control over you anymore. Thank you, Spirit. Oh wow, you really doing that thing, girl. I see, like, I also wrote a couple of things down, and I just feel like you're moving on from past people and things, and like right now you're being seen. You might start being seen in the world in a different aspect, because people are genuinely just attracted to other people who are vulnerable and authentic to themselves. And you might be, maybe you're being seen on social media, but maybe you're being seen at work, and maybe you're being seen in other ways, where whatever you're passionate about, you're starting to be open, and people are really starting to resonate with you on that level. So I'm getting the Knight of Wands, and I'm getting the Hanged Man. So you're definitely reaching this point of enlightenment. Like, you might have felt like in the past you were stuck, or you were stuck in a process, and you were forcing things. You were trying to become this higher version of yourself that you always maybe thought of, dreamt about, and you are more so in a rush. You were in a rush to become this person. You were in a rush of getting to the next point, getting from A to B, and you weren't maybe embracing the journey like you should have in the past. And now I feel like you're at a point where you understand. Yeah, I feel like you've definitely had nightmares in the past of like self-doubt, and just like you felt out of connection with yourself because you were rushing so much, and because you wanted to get from point A to point B, and it brought you to this point of just like hopelessness because it wasn't coming fast enough for you, and you kept checking and you kept checking, and then maybe the thing wasn't happening the way it was supposed to in the past. But I definitely feel like you should keep the past where it is, because things are definitely moving for you. And even here, we have the Two of Cups, and we have the, is this the Six of Cups? Yeah, the Six of Cups. I really feel like you're in childhood. You're in childlike energy right now is the best way to say it. You are really embracing your inner child, and you're also embracing maybe the person that you were in the past, but you're accepting that you have to let her go at the same time. And that's where I see this here. I feel like this is a connection between the person who you were, like, the person you're letting go of and the person that you're stepping into, because I feel like right now you're stepping into an entirely new timeline. And in order to do that, you have to release the old version of you. And you're coming into alignment with your higher self, which is like literally you're embodying your higher self. And it's not only just on a spiritual level now, but it's now becoming internally. I'm sorry, my cat is literally trying to like just chill on my lap. This is Storm, by the way. Ooh, okay, you have the Nine of Cups also. The Nine of Cups, I feel like you're reaching such a, you're so close. Like, you're so freaking close to everything that you want, everything that you dreamed of, and you are so in alignment. Yeah, I have the World, completion. I feel like everything is coming to this full steam ahead moment. And I think it's going to be happening quite fast. It could be happening in February, if not March, whatever it is. This could be specifically in career. It's definitely in your finances. And I will say the thing that you're looking for and the thing that you're manifesting, yeah, King of Pentacles here, you're really embodying what it means to have it all without having it all. You want for nothing, need for nothing, and in turn the universe wants to give you everything because you're in alignment. And I feel like maybe you have tried this before, like tried the manifestation process, tried the things in work, and have tried to do these different skills and these different things. This is how you know that your cards are awesome, because he's literally stepping over them. But I feel like you may have been disappointed in the past, or maybe disappointed with how many things that you're losing right now, because it might feel like you're in the energy of releasing a lot of things, people, places, things, environments, like I said in the past. So you might feel disappointed from this, but in reality, it's all for your good. The universe is always working in your highest good. And the reason that those things are being taken away is because the universe, God, wants to replace that with something even beyond your wildest dreams, your wildest imagination. And I feel like you know this too. And you also have the, what is this? The Seven of Pentacles, sorry. I know there's a glare on these cards. I got them a while ago from Amazon. I don't know if you're interested, but if you are, like, let me know in the comments and I'll put those down. But you've worked for this. Like, this is not something that's coming overnight. It's not something that you were just stepping into. Like, yes, you were changing timelines, but you've done the work. Like, that's what it's telling me. You put in the work, you put in the effort every single day. Like, even I'm Spirit's really telling me that, like, in the past you dealt with mental health issues, or you dealt with like a struggled belief system, or you were definitely in a place where you felt like the words I can't and I won't and I can't do this, because you gave yourself a lot of excuses for things maybe in the past. You might have lived in victim mentality. And I'm seeing the Temperance card. So yeah, like I said, you're transmuting this energy. You're alchemizing this energy that you experienced in childhood. And you know, a lot of the things that may have happened to you in the past could have been absolutely horrible and terrible, but they've shaped you to becoming this alchemizer, this person who has experience and who trusts and who knows and who sits in that knowing. You might have even experienced death, possible death from yourself, or possible death of family members, parents, something like that. Something like death is, and those people that have passed away around you, those are your guiding lights. Those are your angels. Those are your ancestors constantly making sure that you stay in this energy to be an alchemizer, because It's happening. It's happening for you. You are protected. Like, you are protected. You are definitely protected. And we have strength. So I feel like you're in this point of no longer feeling like you have to resist who you are. Resist life and resist who you are. You no longer have this, you know when people get so frustrated about the smallest things, like let's say somebody cuts you off in traffic, that could set up the worst day of somebody's life, and it comes like a snowball is what I'm trying to say. And I feel a lot of stuttering that I'm having right now in this moment and in this video, so I want to say I feel like you didn't feel like you could have spoke in the past, or you felt almost like the things that you were saying were not enough, or what you were trying to share with the world, you always felt like you had what's it called? Shoot. Something syndrome. Shoot. It feels like you couldn't be the person that you wanted to be. Oh, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. Honestly, I can't find the words, but let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. It's where you constantly feel like you're not who you're supposed to be, or you feel like the things that you are knowledgeable about and that you have an education about, and that you feel really strongly about yourself, it's like you kind of dim those things down because you were too nervous to, or not brave enough to to trust and know that you were successful in that. Like, you didn't trust that feeling before in the past, and you might have closed your mouth. I'm thinking writing, I'm thinking speaking out, I'm thinking definitely speaking out, because I am stuttering right now, and I know that in this energy, like, somebody struggled in the past with being able to say what they needed to say, or say what they wanted to say. Definitely. I'm getting the Page of Wands energy. I'm gonna split the deck really quick just because I want to see what's in here. Let's see. Hold on. Shoot. Okay. Oh wow, that's backwards. Okay, here we go. Oh wow. 2 of Wands, 3 of Wands. So you're definitely exploring new avenues and new ways of understanding who you are. And I feel like you are more so gravitating towards the things that you like and the things that you like to do. I don't think people realize how heavily influenced we are by the things that we see in the world, and the things that we watch, and the things that we listen to. And I feel like right now you're trusting your voice. I feel like there are at many times 3,000 voices in your head speaking to you. You know, there's a commercial here, your mom's voice in your head, your dad's voice in your head, your grandma's voice in your head. And now I feel like there is just peace. There's silence, there's quiet, there's deep connection, there's deep knowing that everything that you want, you already have. And it's sitting inside of you. And all of the darkness, it doesn't matter how much darkness comes your way, because you are the light, because you are the source. It doesn't matter. And I want to encourage you to spread that light and to spread that love to other people in the best way that you can, in the best way that you know how, through education, through just a small act of kindness, through a compliment, through a like on this video, you know, something small like that, because that kindness is really, it vibrates throughout, and the universe always gives kindness, and you have to give in order to receive. I really feel heavily about saying that, and as I said that, the star pops out. So you have to give in order to receive. So I feel like in this time, you should really focus on giving out the energy that you'd like to receive, because the star is on your side. You are supposed to be seen. You are going to be seen. And this may be uncomfortable for you in this time, but I'm guaranteeing to you that this is a good thing, and you are moving in the exact direction and on the exact path that you need to take. And I'm so proud of you for overcoming so much trauma, so much pain, and transmuting it. Do you know how rare that is? Do you know how rare that is for a person to live such a hard and difficult and strenuous and painful and devastating life and still have love in this world and still have love in their heart and still have kindness in their heart and still want to give back and give back to the world and has a desire and has an ambition? Do you know how rare that is? It is incredibly rare. And I want you to applaud yourself and shower yourselves with gifts, because not with gifts, yes, with gifts, because Spirit said gifts. Shower yourself with gifts, okay? But also shower yourself with love and remind yourself how much you've truly done, because I don't feel like you're understanding how truly powerful you are. And I really need you to sit and think about all the things that you've overcome. And when you show up in the world, nobody knows what you've gone through, and they will never know unless you tell them, because just physically, I feel that physically. It's like when I look into your eyes, yes, I'm looking at you. I don't know what you've gone through because you're so joyful, because you're so happy, because you're so full of life. I would have no idea what you've gone through because you haven't allowed it to become your identity. You haven't allowed it to affect your life. You haven't allowed it to affect your success and who you're going to be and your legacy. You haven't allowed it, and that is such a brave thing. It is so brave. It is so brave. And I want to say thank you for watching this video. I know that was very intense, but I'm really feeling the intenseness of it. And I don't know if you believe in signs for cats, but he's laying all over your cards. So I can guarantee you and promise you that everything is coming to full head. Things are happening for you. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Peace.